What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show. And today, y'all, Washington clinched their playoff berth with a stunner against the Atlanta Falcons. I told y'all, Penix was not the guy. I said that if Penix was playing, the game was going to be a tough game. It was a very tough game. Penix throws what was the game-time touchdown, but in overtime, Jaden Daniels does what Jaden Daniels does and hits his final milestone in which we wanted to see. We saw him throw the 300-yard game. I told y'all about that. We saw him throw the 3 touchdowns in the game. We saw him throw 5 in one game. Then, last but not least, the 100-yard rushing game. Jaden Daniels has shown that this is no longer a race for the Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's without a doubt the Offensive Rookie of the Year. And in the process of doing all that, he also breaks RG3's rushing record for not only the franchise, but also the NFL rushing record by a rookie quarterback. Jaden did what Jaden needed to do to get this done. Oh, man, I tell you, this was something. Now, as you see that we set up there with Green Bay's loss, we now get the 6th spot. We can take a break in the Dallas game, but it could be something where it's a just-in-case thing. The fact that we're in is just what it is. I don't want us to see Philadelphia in the first round, even though I think that we could still beat them, but we need a break. We need a break because we have been in playoff mode these final games, and our team has stepped up. Big time, big time. And like I said, to me, everybody talked about last week being Jaden's best game. This, to me, was his best game because we saw him actually take over the game. It even got to a point where I started to feel like, don't take the ball away from him. Stop trying to get a ball to Brian Robinson. Stop trying to give it to anybody in the running game. Just let Jaden do what he does. Let him figure it out. And like I said, to me, he did a phenomenal job. Having to sit up there and actually rely on his legs more than relying on his arm, I tell you, that was fantastic. There were some things that needed to be cleaned up, but I'll focus that a little later. We saw our offense show up. I told y'all Terry was going to have to be the decoy in this game because he was going to be bracketed a lot. And they not only were they bracketing him a lot, they actually at one point had AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates, and Justin Simmons all to almost one side just to make sure that Terry didn't get a catch or break out with anything. So the fact that OZ sat up there and had a big game, missed the game, what would have been a game-sealing catch. But the fact that we were able to recover and still win, that was big. We've been asking about this. We've been asking for this. Who was going to be the receiver that was going to be able to step up when Terry is going to be a non-factor in the game, especially in a game where he had this type of coverage on him. Like, we've never seen teams defend Terry like this, but the Atlanta Falcons was not going to let Terry do anything. And they made sure that was going to be the case. It got to a point where they started to give AJ Terrell more opportunity one-on-one, and you started to see Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons kind of come to the line. But again, if it wasn't for Jaden Daniels' play, man, I mean, this was a game that I tell you, we had to pull out every single stop to get this victory. I mean, this was a very close one. This was a very tough one. It was one that I didn't think that we were going to actually pull it out, but the fact that we did, I mean, man. And like I said again, I can't praise Jaden enough. I personally think this was his best game, especially when you're talking about a guy putting it on his back to take it home. Like, I mean, there have been times where he's done a fantastic job, but this is the first time we've seen him say, okay, it's on me. I will carry us across the finish line. And he did that. I mean, he did that with his ability to run the ball. And like I said, looking at him, his ability to run the ball, his ability to throw the ball with accuracy, things that we had not seen in a Washington uniform at all from any quarterback. And this goes back to even people like Sonny Jurgensen and Joe Theismann. We've never seen this type of skill in a quarterback in Washington at all. We haven't seen this type of skill. The fact that we have a special one. Like, I don't think everybody understands like the gravity of this season. You know what I'm saying? Like, the gravity of this season has done nothing but energize all of us as fans. The hell with that name BS. Everybody who talk about that name stuff, they're still going to cheer this team. And right now we're in a moment of euphoria where we just can't get enough. We're addicted to the winning. We're addicted to Jaden Daniels, and we got to keep that going. And like I said, and for all of y'all who've seen me over the years, y'all know I don't act like this. Y'all know I let it be known what the problem is, what's going on and everything. But the fact that I'm encouraged about this tells you guys that, you know, this is not a joke. This is actually real. You know what I'm saying? Dan, everything that plagued us in the years before, Dan Snyder ruining the team over and over again. The constant hiring of coaches that weren't qualified or weren't ready. Or when you did have a successful coach and a qualified coach, and Mike Shanahan, the owner, getting in his way. The fact of having a young rookie quarterback who's not jeopardizing his own career. You know what I'm saying? Like, things of that such nature. To see these type of things all come together. An owner that is out of the way. An owner that is letting the football people do their jobs. The fact that we actually have a coach that came in and actually did adjust the culture. These are things that have helped us a lot. But like I said, I mean, this has been probably one of the most successful seasons I've seen here in Washington in a very long time, since I was a kid. You know, like, I mean, you're talking about 11 wins, y'all. 11 wins. Like, do you understand how many times people have predicted 11 wins and we never got close to even, nowhere near close to 11 wins? We got 11 wins, people. There's an opportunity that, I mean, you're talking about 11 wins, the 6th seed, clinched our spot in the playoffs before the final game of the season. What more can we say? What more can I say? I mean, it's just, man, it's just so euphoric to get the feeling of success from our team at a point at where we weren't really sure how successful we were going to be down the line. And I tell you that there's nothing that has encouraged me more than to see our team actually be extremely successful in this process and watch them sit up there and really become the staple of the DMV area. You know, like it's back. It's back. You know, so I tell you, man. But there was a moment where I started to freak out, and I started to freak out something crazy. When Jaden got bent back and we saw his foot turn and his knee buckle. Oh, man. Oh, man. I was worried, man, because I mean, it just brought back those memories of RG3, man, and I was like, oh Lord, like this can't be happening at this point in time. So the fact that he's doing well, he's fine, he's good, that was a big thing. We got to talk about some of the negative things that happened in this game. I don't know. I told y'all earlier on that for some reason Samuel Cosme, he averages about 2 to 3 penalties a game, and it's like he's consistent with it. I mean, we had so many penalties in this game. I mean, like, to be honest, we probably would have scored 30 or 40 points if it wasn't for the magnitude of the penalties over and over and over again. Like, I mean, there were times when we was in the red zone, got a penalty, moved us back 10 yards, got another penalty, moved us back some more. And even on the defensive side, there were times like you saw Mike Davis was just being victimized. Like, I don't know what it is. 24-25, I don't know, man. Like, these dudes, man, I mean, teams seem to find them. And I don't know what the hell is going on. I mean, at this point, we might have to put Jeremy Reeves out there at cornerback or something, cause man, like it is just insane. But like I said, the penalties, man. I mean, like this game could have been lost solely on penalties, man. And then not only that, you got to remember Atlanta's touchdown, that game time touchdown. Because now I will say this, fans of Atlanta, Raheem Moore should have went for 2. I would have went for 2. I understand that it's like just in case, but we weren't stopping him. We just weren't. And the fact that they sat up there and tied the game instead of going for the 2 and going for the win, that worked out better in our favor. But yeah, I tell you, man, that was a heart, that was something that was scaring the heart, because it was just a hard thing to deal with. But it was just one of those games that it was like, man, I just can't believe this. And this is what I was telling y'all about Michael Penix, even during the draft time. I said, look, this guy's a dangerous guy. He's a guy that is extremely accurate. He can get the ball down the field, and he can get the ball down the field consistently. But being as though this was his second game, you could see that there were moments where he was just missing his receivers. Next year, Penix is going to be a problem next year. An absolute problem. So, oh, man. We clinched our opportunity to get into the playoffs. That is huge for us. Huge for us. We also helped the Rams get into the playoffs. So now the Rams are in. And Seattle, I think Seattle is out. So the Rams are in. We are in. And now the thing that's going to happen now is that now it's like the 6th seed. We need the 6th seed. It does seem like we do have a 6th seed, because we will have the tiebreakers for the NFC games. But this Dallas game may not matter as much. So they can actually rest a lot of people in the Dallas game. We might want to rest Jaden in the Dallas game, because we need him. We need him in the playoffs. We need him to help us through the playoffs. This defense is going to have to get better. This defense is going to have to get better. Contrary to how a lot of people feel, contrary to what even Dan Quinn and all them feel, this is why you don't waive a guy like Big Philly Matt. You don't waive a guy who's your best run stopper. You know, I understand that in the second half they started stopping the run, but it's different when you got a guy whose sole job as a specialist is to stop the run. Because understand this, Atlanta went away from the run pretty quickly. And understand, Bijan Robinson was almost at 100 yards and he didn't get it. So, again, like I said, I mean, that was a frightening game, but I'm glad we won. Glad we got the victory. Man, this is something special. This season has been a very special season. We got our quarterback. We finally got our quarterback. So now it's just about putting everything around him that's going to make him special, especially while he's on this rookie deal right now. You know, we're going to have to go out there and find some stuff. But right now, the hell with that. That's all season talk. We won the game. We clinched our playoff spot. We're in the playoffs. We're the number 6 seed right now. And there's an opportunity for us to make some noise in the playoffs. I want us to do it. I want us to actually make some genuine noise. Not only that, there is a chance that we can actually cause teams problems. I don't think a lot of teams want to see Washington right now. I don't think they want to see Washington, and I'm pretty sure they don't want to see Jaden Daniels. Like, when you think about the NFC teams that is currently in the playoffs, I don't think Minnesota will want to see us. Now, don't get me wrong, their defense, our defense, probably don't want to see their offense either. But I don't think that Minnesota wants to see Jaden Daniels defensively. I don't think that the Rams will want to see us. I don't think that I don't think Detroit wants to see us. I don't think that there's a lot of teams that want to see Washington in this playoff run. So, oh man, again, happy that we got this win. Got this big win. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. Another thing. Say it more. Where are you, man? I mean, like, I haven't heard from you all season. And I don't know if it's because you must have like a superstition thing or what's going on. But you have been quiet this season. But like I said, y'all tell me how y'all feel. How do y'all feel about how this season went? Do y'all feel the euphoria of the season? Are you energized again? Are you okay with them now being the Commanders? Because understand, we're now the Commanders. And how do y'all feel about what's going on now? What's your energy level? What is your tell me how everything is feeling for you. Like, tell me what is going on the inside, knowing that that we finally got success. No Dan Snyder, no Ron Rivera, nobody messing up anything. Nobody destroying team chemistry. We finally got our guy at quarterback. How are you feeling? Tell me, how are you feeling? Other than that, this has been your man John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.